Good morning, grade 3s and 4s. Nice to see you today. So I hope that you find this video helpful. The last few days in last week, we were talking all about place value and how to understand place value and all of that kind of stuff. So what we're doing now is we're just going to practice that. So you're going to watch this video that I've made for you, and then you're going to take out your worksheets and you're going to do the work in your worksheets. I'm going to remind you now, and hopefully I'll remember to remind you at the end of the video. Please, please, please talk to me. Give me a call in class if you have any questions about the work that you have to do. Okay? I'm going to take my face off this video because it's hard for me to write on my screen while my face is in the video. Okay? So I'm going to take my face off the video now, but that doesn't mean I'm not there anymore. You're just going to listen to my voice instead of looking at my face. Okay? So let me just take my face off if I can find out how. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, remember we have place values. So this number that has 8 hundreds, 6 tens, and 4 ones is the number 864. The other thing we know about this is that because this 8 is in the hundreds place, it means 800. This 6 is in the tens place, so it means 60. We know that because tens always have 2 digits, and hundreds always have 3 digits, okay? So our hundreds number, 3 digit. Our tens numbers, 2 digits. And ones, of course, only have 1 digit, so the 4 means just plain old 4, just like that, okay? So here's another example. This number is 930. 9 hundreds, 3 tens, and 0 ones. So the 9 means 900. Doesn't mean 9, it means 900 because it's in the hundreds place. The 3 means 30 because it's in the tens place. And the 0 means 0 because there's no zeros in the ones place. This last one here, we've got the number 7,502. The 7 means 7,000 because now we're in the thousands place. And thousands always have exactly 4 digits, always. There's 1 digit, there's 2 digits, there's 3 digits, there's 4 digits. It's always like that. If you have a thousands number, you have 4 digits. If you write a number and you think you've written a number that has thousands, but it looks like this, with only 1, 2, 3 digits, you do not have a thousands number. You have a hundreds number. See? The number 3. 3 digits, hundreds. 4 digits, now it's thousands. Okay? So we go down here, and we've got, so the 5 in the hundreds place means 500, the 0 in the tens place means 0, and the 2 in the ones place means 2. So grade 3s, this section is specifically for you, but grade 4s, you should listen to it anyway because it'll help you out. In your workbook, you're going to have questions like this, where you have cards and numbers. These cards, once you count them, you know they're always the same. So 10, 10, that means you have 20 tens, because 10 plus 10. And you have 4 ones. So your number is 24. 10, 20, and then 4. Here you've got 10, 10, 10 3 times, which means you have 30 right there. And this, and your little dots here, 2, 4, 6, 8, you have 8 dots, so you have the number 38. 10, 20, 30, 8. Okay? This is like what we talked about before. 6 means 60, and 2 means 2. So when you're writing these answers down, you've got 62. 60 because that's the tens place, and 2 because that's the ones place. And this one here, this is just the opposite. You've got 47. We've already talked about this up above. 4 is in the tens place, so you actually have 40. And 7 is in the ones place, so you just have a 7. So your workbook pages look like this, grade 3. All right, and I've just explained this one. So you count to them. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you know that there's 10. You don't have to count this one or this one or this one or this one. Now you know they're all the same, so they're all 10. So how many tens do you have? Well, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens, right? 6 tens. They did that one already for you. See that? And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. So you have 8 ones. See that? So you have 6 tens is 60, 8 ones is 8. So you've got 68, just like that. See that? And I'll let you do the rest of those by yourself. This one right here, this section, I already showed you how to do that up above, so I'm not going to explain that to you again. Now here, this is just filling in the missing number. It's just counting. You know what goes next, what goes here, 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 here. You can do that. I don't need to explain that. And this one's counting backwards. All right, so when you make sure you count backwards. Now this last one here, this is the main reason I wanted to talk to you about this page, because it's really easy to get confused. This one says count by 10, start with 10. So 10 is right here. That's simple. But we are counting by tens. When we count by tens, the next number is 20. And the number after that is 30. Guess what? We don't need the number 16, so I'm not going to even touch that dot. We don't need the number 25, so I'm not going to touch that dot either. See, we're only doing the tens on this one. Only the tens, nothing else. So don't touch any of the ones that aren't tens. Okay? So, grade 3s, you can get started. That workbook I sent home for all of you, right at the beginning of the math section, there's a page that says day 1. I want you to do both pages, this page and this page right here. So grade 3s, go ahead and get started. Grade 4s, don't go anywhere. All right. So grade 3s, get started on your work. And remember, grade 3s, you can call me if you have any questions at all, or you can call Teacher Jolly if you have any questions, okay? But this is a kind of an independent working period. This work has to be handed in on Google Classroom, and it's due tomorrow, all right? That's also true for grade 4s, due tomorrow. You guys might be able to hear my dog barking. He's looking at a crow, and he wants to eat it, but it's really, really high away from him, and he can't. All right, so grade 4s. This is grade 4s now. Grade 3s, you can listen if you want to, but you don't have to listen to this part because this is for the grade 4s. All right, so grade 3s, grade 4s, you're going to have work that looks like this. And the first thing you need to know is each of these blocks, they're worth 1,000. Okay, that's what these ones are. And the ones that are just like this, that don't look like a box, they're worth 100. 100. Okay? And these ones here that are long sticks, they're worth 10. Now in your book, they're going to have a bunch of lines in them and stuff, but I didn't draw those in because they take a long time. So each of these is worth 10, and each of these ones is worth 1. Okay? So now we know we have 3,000s, which is 3,000. This and this and this gives us 3,000. We know we have 300s, which equals 300. We know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens, so we have 60 right here, and we know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones, so we have 5. So we have 3,000s, 300s, 6 tens, and 5 ones. So we have the number 3,365. That's simple enough, okay? Now down here, again, we have the same thing. We have thousands, and we have 2 of them, and we have tens, and we have 5 of them. But now we have a problem, because we know 1,000 number has to have 4 digits. You have to have 4 digits in any number that has thousands. But look at this. We have 2 thousands. Remember, this is our thousands place. And we have, whoops, I wrote that wrong. And we have 5 tens. This is our tens place. But there's no ones showing here, and there's no hundreds showing here. Now, some of you might be tempted to write this, 25. But of course, that can't be right, because 25 is 2 tens and 5 ones. And that's not accurate at all, is it? We know we have 5 tens. So we definitely don't want to do this. This would be a mistake. Okay? So what we want to do is what I did here. We know 1,000's number has 4 digits, so I drew myself 4 little lines so that I remember that. And then I have to think, well, my thousands, there's 2 of them. That's simple. My tens, there's 5 of them. Well, how many ones do I have? I guess I don't have any, so I'll put a 0. 0 is a real number. We got to use that number. How many hundreds do I have? I don't have any hundreds either, so I guess I better put a 0 there too. So I have the number 2,050. See how that works? Okay, so you always have to have those 4 digits. But if you don't have anything here, which is the hundreds place, and you don't have anything here, which is the ones place, then you put a 0 in those. And this next one is another example of the same thing. Again, we have the word thousands, so we know we need a 4-digit number. That's a requirement. If we have thousands, we have a 4-digit number. That's just the place. Okay, so we have 6 thousands, so I'm going to put the 6 in my thousands place. We have 9 hundreds, so I'm going to put the 9 in my hundreds place. This is thousands, this is hundreds. This is ones, and this is tens. We have 2 ones, so I'm going to put the 2 in my ones place, which means I'm left with 0 tens. Because I don't say, they're in here, I'm supposed to have the word tens, but I don't, right? That means I have 0 of them. There's no tens. Okay? This one we already talked about up above, but what does the 8 mean? The 8 means 800. You might be tempted to write the word hundreds, and you're not wrong. It is in the hundreds place. That's true. But when the book asks you what it means what do we have right here? And this is we have 800s. So we have 800s, which means we have 800. That means the same thing. And in this one, they might also ask you to write the expanded form. The expanded form means we have to write what each number means in expanded form. So 7 means 7 thousands, because it's in the hundreds, it's the thousands place. 8 means 800, because it's in the eights place. 2 means 20, because it's in the tens place. And 4 means 4, because it's in the ones place. Just like that. Okay? This got a little messy here, didn't it? So that's what it means when it says write it in expanded form. And you see how I have a plus sign in between each one of them? So I have 7,000 plus 800 plus 20 plus 4. And in fact, if I write those out like this, you know how to do that, right? 7,000 plus 800 plus 20 plus 4. Look at that. I get the same number I had at the beginning again. Isn't that cool? So that's what they mean when they say expanded form. So this is your work for today, grade 4s. We already talked about how to do this page right here, so I'm not going to explain to you anymore. That's pretty clear. This page right here is the same thing. You just look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you've got 6 thousands. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hundreds, etc. Okay? You can solve that. And then this one is exactly like an example I gave you up above. The meaning, what is the meaning of each one? We've already talked about that. What is the meaning of that? And then we've already talked about expanded form. So you're going to take this number right here and you're going to write it right there. So you shouldn't have any trouble with this page at all. So grade 4s, you're doing day 1 of the work that we sent home for you. All right, make sure you get it done. It is due tomorrow morning, first thing, not later on in the day, first thing. I expect it handed in. I expect it handed in Google Classroom. And I expect you guys to immediately get started on this worksheet after you're done watching the video. And remember, you can call me if you need help. Okay, have a great day, guys.